Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die. They stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for supports if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye.
Just like when Dr. Ben Carson and former CEO, founder of BET, Robert Johnson, was at the White House to try to work on policies to increase money for historically black college universities. I saw it, the reports from some of the independent media and some of the other media that was, you can say, leans more to the right, and the mainstream wouldn't report on it. And he gave them billions of dollars. Trump explained he made it where historically black college universities, where he was explaining where they didn't have to keep coming back begging the government for money, where he said they didn't have to keep, the way he set things up. So he did. There was a lie where people on the left would try to combat that and say that wasn't true. And you look at the lady, was the young lady from that went to Clark, that goes to Clark University, that spoke at his rally. I found out about, what's her name, Michaela Montgomery, and she's an example, because I had a debate with my relative a while ago when my cousin had visited. We were eating at a restaurant, and I said Trump had given money and helped historically black college universities. When Obama was president, he cut funding from the historic, because I remember when they showed a video of one of the, I think it was it Georgetown, one of the universities, or Howard University, where the students were sleeping in tents, by the way. And then there was also it appears some corruption going on at the school, mismanagement, like a lot of liberal cities, of money. But I do know for a fact Trump assisted them. That's one of the things he did. He championed school choice. By the way, those who are familiar, that's one of the reasons why Andrew Gillum lost to Ron DeSantis. I found out, and I commend 100,000 black women in Florida decided they voted for Ron DeSantis because he was for school choice versus Andrew Gillum. And I asked a friend of mine to explain to me what is school choice, to get at the time in more details. It's one of the things Trump doesn't get credit for that he helped champion. By the way, a lot of other things when the Platinum Plan he introduced, when Ice Cube was trying to lobby, he said he's not playing this game. He's not a Democrat or a Republican. He was supposed to be working with Charlemagne the God. And at the time, this is before Biden and Kamala got in, and they told Ice Cube, they said, we'll meet with you after the election. Trump said while he was president, he met with them and told them we'll increase the amount. Worked with Dr. Ben Carson and working on opportunity zones, money for black businesses. And I know others, there were foreigners that were trying to come in and sabotage that. And I saw there was black Trump supporters, I don't remember their names, who were at the table. I saw the reports, were notifying Trump to let him know, because that's one thing we've had to deal with, those who specifically know a lot of black history, who are very well studied. There's concern we always have other groups that try to come in and take resources that are specifically supposed to help out the black community. It's not saying that I'm for rejecting other resources going to other communities. Other communities practice group economics very well. That's one advantage they have. When we used to it one time, but we don't anymore. I won't go into all of that. But there were other groups that were trying to come in basically and take the money from the opportunity zones that was specifically supposed to help black businesses, black business owners. By the way, this is something that Trump was trying to do for the black community. Remember, he was getting a lot of pushback from Democrats, by the way. But I saw the videos and the reports, and Dr. Johnson, the referencing the former CEO that founder of BET, Robert Johnson, also called Bob Johnson, was good friends with Hillary Clinton. But when Trump won in 2016, he said, I'm not going to let this stop me. He cared about the black community so much, he still wanted to get progress done. So despite all the rhetoric and the fighting back and forth, I don't see this from Democrats. I just see, oh, we need to keep Trump from getting in office. Or they try to use fear tactics, shaming tactics with this Project 2025. But that wasn't right what Obama did when he pushed the LGBT agenda on the black community. And I heard a preacher speaking out recently that it's almost like black people, you're being blackmailed if you're a Democrat, that you have to support that and go along with that. And if you don't, they're trying to find ways to shun you, ostracize you, or go after your money. And don't get me wrong, that's a small demographic of the country as a whole. I respect people, what they're into, their lifestyles. You're free to do your own thing. Hey, do you at the end of the day. But at the same time, don't use that agenda to force that upon some of us, or punish parents that don't want to force their kids to have sex changes. And you're trying to lock parents up over that. That's going too far, folks. That's where you draw the line. And Obama championed this. And it was pastors that stood up against this. If you all remember Bishop Owens, I think, was one of them. If I can remember, there was another pastor, Pastor Jackson, at the time. I don't remember his first name. There was a group of pastors that stood up, and they were shut down. They were shunned. And I remember there was a mayor, lesbian mayor of Houston, Texas, that threatened to take away pastors' tax-exempt status if they spoke against the LGBT agenda. And that's how they bully churches or certain ministers, pastors, into supporting something that is not biblical. So that ought to tell you folks right there, that's a form of dictatorship. That's authoritarianism. And who supports that? As I just illustrated to you, Kamala Harris was in Africa pushing that agenda. That was not Trump. So if you are a registered voter, and I encourage you to vote, I can't make anyone vote. At the end of the day, that's going to be up to you. But just keep in mind, what I went over is factual information. That if you are a registered voter, and I commend you, I respect the process for those that are involved. Where I make my decision at, it will be an easy choice. So before I shut this video down, I'm gonna go over some of the comments, and I'm gonna get out of here. Together We Are One says, greetings, John. Thank you. So Together We Are One says, yup, Obama rented a house in DC and followed Trump around the globe, undoing everything that he was doing. Trump never got to really be our president because they wouldn't stop messing with him. Yes, says, I'm just happy that I always seem to catch your lives lately. Earlier today, YouTube threatened me after I left a comment about the hurricane. I was going, though, they said it was hate speech. Yeah, I noticed lately they have been censoring comments. They're doubling down. And I just read that article. There's another article where they found evidence. And then also the House of Representatives did an investigation. I can't think of that representative. Oh, Jim Jordan out of Ohio and others did a major investigation into the Biden-Harris administration. And folks, I'm not making this up. And this is also a court. I probably should do a separate video. I bookmarked the article, and they found that the Biden-Harris administration had colluded. I already knew this because when Elon took over Twitter, that's where he had revealed through the Twitter files that they were censoring people. They were targeting conservatives. And this even got into violating the election laws. This is forms of election interference. What they try to tell you, everything they accuse Trump of doing, the left, Democratic, liberal, progressives have done this themselves. And there's another, it's been ongoing behind the scenes, has found evidence of Democrats involved, and I won't go into the details, in some type of corruption. By the way, it's been ongoing. By the way, and I'm gonna just kind of leave it at that. But the evidence is out there, and I just encourage you guys out there, when I give my way in, you might be hearing me talk about politics more often. You can't shut our voices down no matter what you do. We're watching. And one of the things, this scenario I'm going to go over before I shut this video down, they want to cause civil unrest. I have to get some more notes for you guys, but they're trying to, they want to bring in potentially, remember they have a lot of tricks up their sleeve, false flag attacks, with it, potentially that could be a truck bomb. They're going to try to, in some instances, they're going to try to blame it on Trump supporters. They're going to activate Antifa or Black Lives Matter if Trump wins, gets in there. They're going to try to, they're working on trying to kill him again. There's whistleblowers out there. The cabal is these are very evil people that we're dealing with, by the way. And keep in mind, like I said, if you have a big following, you're an influencer, and you're conservative leaning, you lean to the right, beef up your security. Especially if you see we're at the 11th hour before we hit midnight. And folks, these people, they're merciless. Everything they're accusing Trump of, they're guilty of doing themselves. Remember, during the pandemic, they were trying to get him to lock the country down, to pass an executive order. He said, no, this is how I proved to a relative. He left it up to the states. He's not a dictator. Stop believing the lies from MSNBC and ABC, all these corporate mainstream media. No, what they're accusing, they're doing themselves. I'm getting word Eric Holder is behind the scenes, former attorney general, and Obama's been commanding the operation, along with Alejandro Mayorkas, who's a globalist, looks like Lex Luthor from Superman, and all these other operatives. These are the bad guys, so you can identify them. Go to ban.video for some of the latest up-to-date reports, evidence, and if you don't like the message coming from him, there's other independent media organizations on there that he's partnered with that are getting the word out. There's many whistleblowers who are coming forth. You don't have to be afraid, folks. We're working on ways to provide people protection, to teach you how to become a hard target so you can fight back. But if Kamala Harris gets in there, we lose everything. And I'm going to say to the black women out there, we won't be able to protect you if Kamala gets in there. You've already chosen your fate. And I've been hearing that the black women who've been going against, that's not been getting in line, that black women who support Kamala have been bullying black women who support Trump. I've been hearing about that out there. But just know, there's those of us, seek out the good brothers who will, we're going to try to find a way where we're going to form alliances to get prepared, because we know what side is on the New World Order. And it's definitely not Donald J. Trump. I'm telling you, I know. I've studied the Illuminati for years. I've studied the ruling class elite. You guys have seen me show the books. And I'm going to do another video down the road where I'm going to expose and teach you guys how to identify potential operatives, secret societies, people that there's ways you will know to be able to identify them by their policies, by the way they vote, by whistleblowers out there. We have boots on the ground, eyes and ears everywhere. So we know who's doing what. We're able to figure out. A lot of the police and military are awake. They're not completely sold out, as some think. Despite the FBI, it's people at the higher levels that have been infiltrated. But still, things are compartmentalized. We have a way to legally and lawfully turn this around. But you're going to have to warn people. You're going to have to get the word out. Continue to warn your neighbors. This is coming from the left. The radical left and Democrats have aligned themselves with the New World Order, the mark of the beast, the Antichrist. It's coming from the liberal leftist progressive party. Kamala Harris is not on the side of good. She's connected to the evil criminal syndicate, the globalists. Yes, it's people behind the scenes that we know call the shots, that are behind the curtain. She's a minion. She's one of their gatekeepers. They're underlings. But her, Obama, Hillary, they're not on the side of good. I promise you that. I've called out Bush even, these neocons, these fake conservatives, conservative liberals, these rhinos, Republican in name only. They're not true Republicans. Yes, I've called them out too. Part of the deep state. So it's going to take a collective effort because they're planning civil unrest, martial law, and they may even, if we don't even have an election, they may even be planning, they have different tricks up their sleeve. They also want to bring back the pandemic. They have the monkeypox virus and another bird virus or something they're cooking up. This is real. We know they're going to bring that back. So you're going to have to get prepared for this. We don't have a lot of time, but you're going to need to warn your neighbors. They have concentration camps on standby. The word I'm getting in all 50 states. And they're going to try to, cause civil unrest. But I have to get the information. So for the full reports, go to band.video. Check out AJ. His videos in particular, he can articulate very well what they're up to. So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to get out of here. May the force be with you all. And until next time, may God cover you guys. And I'll be in touch. Peace.